Hey everyone, this is PS Mr. Collector. Welcome to my channel. Oh, I've got some good stuff to share with you. Yeah, 1/6 scale. If you are a collector of 1/6 scale figures, then stay tuned, cause woo, ho, ho, we're gonna have a good time. Hey everyone, this is Peter Zay, otherwise known as PS Mr. Collector. Thank you so much for joining me today. Yeah, I have some really interesting creative stuff that I'm going to share with you today. And it's quite a bit. I was going to split it into different episodes, but I was like, let's let's see how far we go. Let's see how far we get, and then we'll take it from there, right? Yeah, I've been turned on to a couple of new things and I was like, "Oh, what is that about?" For example, Toxic Crusaders. It's actually an interesting line. Not cheap at this stage of the game. I don't know if they have continued the line or what, but this is Reaction. Um, and they got some really interesting figures, but the one that I really love is Headbanger, and you'll understand why. But the packaging of this, I gotta tell you, and the art, pretty cool, and I like it a lot. Check it out. I couldn't resist these. Look at that, so freaking creative. The color scheme is awesome, right? And then here you have like the other figures. Yeah, I'm gonna look them up because I think I'd like to get another one of these. I think these are awesome. Right? Yeah, and then there's this guy. Oh, he was some like really affordable. Who's gonna buy him? I don't know, but from Super Bad, and you know,
Why do you encourage it? How many 21-year-olds do you think there are in this town? You guys. Sup? Have you actually ever met anyone named McLovin? I am McLovin. Gangsters, what's up, guys?
I couldn't resist him. Yeah, so he's perfect for my studio. um, yeah, and in a prior episode, or actually maybe I haven't even showcased him yet, there was this figure that I wasn't sure why I was getting him. And I think it's just because he himself looked a little normal. I was like, oh, okay, I'll see what that's about. And I knew there was something about it because the the name of kept coming up. So when I finally got him and started setting him up, all of a sudden I realized as I'm surfing through Netflix or something, there's a title, and I was like, oh, it's from a movie. Was this a video game? And I'm not sure, maybe it's a video game as well, but I didn't connect it with the movie. And then I was like, oh, well, that's why I've been hearing about it. Oh my God, I've seen the title, and which is why I got it, but it's been a while. And I decided to watch it, and as I'm watching it, I'm also unboxing it. So that was kind of cool to all of a sudden see the relation between what I'm unboxing to what it's about. So that was pretty cool. So I am talking about Assassin's Creed. Yeah. So came with some interesting accessories. Right? So he came with an earpiece. He came with his knife. He came with the bracelet. He came with a gun and a silencer. Love that. I believe he has a knife. And then a couple of extra accessories. For example, this light. And this light, when I put the battery in it, and you light it towards the base, there's a symbol that shows up on the base that is in relation to the movie. So that's pretty cool. Love that detail. Right? Because when I saw this, I was like, what is that about? And it has an on and off button. So great, right? Love that. The base itself, I love the shape of it. I like his attire. I love his tennis shoes. He comes with quite a few hand sculpts, and I really dig his hoodie. And on his shirt is a symbol of the Assassin's Creed, as well as the back of his hoodie. So, mm, you see, so I put the gun, the knife, the hoodie's pretty cool. There's a symbol in the back of his hoodie, and as well as the front of his shirt. Right. There he is. This is the earpiece. Right, put that right there. Pants. His belt is cool. Right. Cool jeans. Yeah, pretty cool, right? So this is the base, and as you can see, there are symbols and writing on it. And when you shine the light into the center, something lights up in the base. And then here it says, it has different languages. And here it says, I've entered the abyss and never returned. Ooh. Right? Yeah. So another interesting thing about the figure is that one of the things that it comes with is very symbolic to the movie. And that is this. And the great thing about this is that it lights up and it creates an amazing light. Look at that. Right? Love those little details. So then, after them, that was pretty awesome. Yeah, he's pretty cool. Right, so already love the figure, right? Just like that. But it came in a larger box than I expected, and I knew something was up. And what was up is that, I freaking love this part. What was up is that he came with the lab chair. Look. How cool is that? right? And that for his head to rest in. I mean, that is awesome, right? But my favorite thing is the simplicity of the light switch. Yeah. This is freaking amazing. I'm gonna actually turn off the overhead light so you can see this light a little better. There you go. Right? Love how the light frames around the seat, and then how the components light up, but also too, the other side. That's freaking amazing. Right? So it brought the figure up to a whole nother level. And then when I saw the movie, it all makes sense. And I freaking love it even more. And I'm so glad that I got it. Yeah. And then as simple as that, turn it off. Right? That's awesome. Yeah. Super stoked on that. Yeah. John Wick. What? The latest John Wick from Chapter 4 from Hot Toys. I compared the head sculpt from the John Wick 2 to John Wick 4. Huge difference. Yeah, just when you didn't think it got better, it does. The technology is freaking amazing. I mean, he is awesome. Of all my figures, I mean, as far as Keanu Reeves goes, that John Wick 4, nice. And the reason I keep pointing that way is because I'm now doing a setup for John Wick. And kind of a diorama showroom. And I'm really, really stoked about that. And I'm really stoked too that I have the John Wick Mustang, the Ford Mustang from Auto World. Yeah, nice. Nice. So I'm really stoked about pulling it out of the box for the showcase. And I think that I could do it in a way that is not going to damage the packaging, which is awesome because the packaging itself is pretty cool. So yay on that. So when I got the figure, I was like, the design was like, all right. And then I remember, oh, well, wait a minute. The first design was not all that. And then it makes sense that this is kind of like the same idea. But then when I looked at it, it's really an amazing design. Yes, I have to say. Right? Yeah, I love the way they put him in the center there. And then it's got the guns, the clock, right? The gun between John Wick. Right, see? The guns. Nice design. Pretty cool. Right, but the figure came with a couple of different hair sculpts. Interesting design. Love his suit. Came with a lot of accessories. I love the sword. I also like the fact that it has the special hand, I would say. So I don't want to ruin it for you if you haven't seen the movie. So that was a really cool thing because I hadn't seen the movie and it kind of gave it away. So now I'm really looking forward to seeing that chapter of the movie. And I've enjoyed all of them. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, and as you can see in the photo, he's pretty cool. And besides the photo, wait till I show you the video of that display case in my diorama showroom. Yeah, so, that's going to be fun. All right, so what else, my friends? What else? Yeah, let's talk about Stranger Things. You know, I did the unboxing of this guy here, and I was just looking at him today, and I gotta say, I like, first of all, I like the way I post him, but I think he looks pretty cool. They did a really good job with him. Right? Yeah. Love his shoes. Pretty cool, right? There's the photo of the kid that's missing. Yeah. Really, really am happy with this guy. Yeah, the glasses, the hat, the face sculpt is actually pretty good too, I gotta say. Right? So yay on that. And then Vecna from season 4. Yeah. Great photography. Awesome. Yeah, came with some interesting hand sculpts, and the texture is very shiny and glossy. Almost yeah. So you can see the back. I mean, this right didn't come with a base, but I had one that I could use, and voila. Yeah, so I changed both hands. I love that claw. That's freaking awesome. And then that hand, oh, right? So good. Look at that side profile. Oh, and then the eyes. Yeah, so this is one of those that you have to light just right to be able to get his eyes, because if not, they get lost. And he does have some really cool eyes. You see that? Right? Right, 6 toes. He has articulation at the knees, at the waist. So you can go down. Ooh. His arms, hands, not his fingers, not his claws. Right? Hand does turn. Does it go up and down? Not much up and down, but sideways, yes. Ah. Yeah, and I gotta say that Stranger Things collection, pretty cool. But because now I have these two that I gotta add to it, I gotta change the display case, because now it's gotta be all about Stranger Things by themselves. So they may be moving over to a different cabinet just so that they have room. Yeah, and then the real big alien, the one that his face opens up to like a flower, I can't display him because he's way too tall, and I don't want to lose how majestic he is. Right? So that was cool, my friends. I love that. Yeah, Stranger Things. I'm excited to play with them. All right. So, wow. Yeah, I tell you there's going to be some interesting stuff. Yeah, so I got this thing here, and it's from The Walking Dead, and it's by McFarlane, and it was only at Walmart. Um, and it's the prison gate and fence. And I saw this, and I was like, I could use this for any diorama. I think it's pretty cool. Right? Yeah, 192 pieces. So that'll be interesting to see how that goes. Right? So I may open it up and just close it back up. Who knows? Right? Yeah. And then Star Trek. The Star Trek collection from EXO. Wow. They're doing a freaking amazing job. But they're covering a lot of characters. And I'm also curious to see who it is that they're going to incorporate that I feel they've kind of forgotten. Like, for example, the character that Whoopi Goldberg played, right? That was interesting. And then the character of Captain Scott, right? Captain Montgomery Scott. Right? He was importante. Right, for the next generation. And they had covered a lot of the next generation characters already. So, and there are a lot of characters. Yeah, I'm going to take a closer look at this and see how many of these I already have. Yeah, and how many they haven't covered. So, it'll be interesting. Right? But I thought he was pretty cool. And then Captain Leon Shaw. Right? I have not unboxed any of my Star Trek collection. And mostly, mostly is because I have nowhere where I could display them with the way they deserve to be displayed. And I don't want to just put one or two figures in a spot just for doing it. So when the time comes, I'll know it. But they all have been really, really cool. And one thing that I really like about them is that they come with very few accessories that are just necessary. Right? And as you can see in the photo, he's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, and in the back, they always include the accessories that it come with. And you see in this one, it comes with a glass, and then his gun and some hand sculpts. That's pretty cool. And this is the Wrath of Khan. And this is the museum grade. That's why it's a special box. And this is Lieutenant Savik. Which I believe was a character that Christiali played. Oh. That's pretty cool. Right? Yeah, special box. And then this one should be magnetic, and it is. And opens up to that. And then I believe that there she is. Right? Special. Very cool. Yes, and she comes, like I said, with a couple of accessories. That's all she needs. Most of them are like that. On this box, it doesn't show what she comes with. But I freaking love it. In the 23rd century. Right. Crazy good. Yeah, Star Trek. And of course, if you talk about Star Trek, you're going to talk about Star Wars. Yeah, by Hot Toys. They are now expanding their collection, their series, into the video game. So I am not very familiar with the video game because I don't play video games. Sorry about that. But some of the figures that they come out with are really cool. Now I don't know how far they're gonna go with the line, but so far I have 3 figures. Um, so I'm curious about that. Yeah, some interesting fit stuff. So for example, mm, yeah, Darth Raven. Nice figure. Yeah, pulled them out of the box. Just trying to figure out where I'm going to put them in the display case. But nice. Yeah, and it's got some really good weight to it. Pretty sturdy, nice uniform. His outfit, pretty cool. Yeah, face, hood, dig it. And speaking of them going into something different, this is from a comic. Also by Hot Toys, and this is BT1, and I really like this droid, this robot. Yeah, look at him. And I also unboxed him, and he is also ready, waiting for his spot in the gallery. So, yay. And then finally for the Star Wars section, this is from the Ahsoka series, which of course, I'm glad I'm not the only one that feels this way. I started watching it and I was so freaking bored that I stopped watching it. And then my husband watched the whole season and he did not like it. And I was like, yeah, I tried and I couldn't do it. So I tried again and I still couldn't do it. So then I started hearing other collectors and Star Wars fans that feel the same way. Yeah, it's a shame. So, yeah. Grand Admiral Thrawn really liked the figure. And as you can see in my display case, I have him set up. He looks good. Yeah, I like the accessories that he came with. Yeah, good one. Ooh, I told you we're going to be having a good time. You're like, how many more? Oh, how many more? When I was growing up, there was this guy. And as time went by, I forgot all about him. All about him. And when this came out, I swear it was like something like triggered immediately. I was like, I used to love this guy. And I couldn't freaking believe that they freaking did. Oh, they did a freaking figure of him. I'm so freaking happy because he was so bad that he was so good. And I'm talking about Zombo. You don't understand, people. Young people, you don't understand. He looked just like this. I am so freaking happy, and I also love the box. So I'm also thinking of getting another one so that I can unbox one because I love him that much. Yeah, YouTube him. Pretty interesting. Yeah, love him. Zumbo. Ooh, so happy. I know, right? Yeah, of all my figures in my collection, he's one of the ones that I'm so excited about that I just got. Yeah, awesome. Okay. Then another collection that I started, I'm like, oh, where's this gonna go? As far as how far they're gonna go. So this is the first one that I got, and I think they were already getting expensive. But I saw this and I was like, and I got them and I was like, oh, freaking love them. And I'm talking about Slim. Yeah, Slim who? Slim from Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Ooh, yeah, this like freaking gun is awesome. And I also got the really big gun that I think is like a popcorn maker or something. Like I love that thing. Yeah, like this is big, but now I get it because it's such a part of the thing. Yeah, look at that. Right? Trick or Treat Studios, they're rocking it. Yeah. So then I saw this and I was like, oh, I'm going to regret it if I don't get it. And then I'm glad that I got it. And the artwork on this is so good. It gets better. Look. Shut up. It's so creepy good. See what I'm saying? Right? Nice. Happy. Oh. And speaking of clowns. Ooh, we're gonna show now. Let's see. It, the movie. Oh yeah. Right? Your every fear all in one deadly enemy. So good. I love his claws. They're so freaking good. Right? Comes with very few accessories. I really like this one picture where he's covering his mouth. I think that's a pretty cool thing if you're using the head sculpt. Right? But in my other from It 2, I have him with the sinister face, not the scary face. So in this one, I thought, oh, well, let me go ahead and put the scary face on this one. So he has a different vibe. And I think he is awesome. Ooh, look at him. Oh, what? I know. His vest is awesome, right? Look at his outfit, look at his shoes, and let's see. Right? See that? Yeah. Right? Comes with two different head sculpts. So of course, the one showing the fangs, the teeth, and then the other one just smiling. Sweet, right? Easy to change. Right? Then it came with different hand sculpts, and it came with another hand that's like a balloon holder. And with that, it came with a single balloon as well. But when I set them up, I'm actually going to put the fourth balloon in it. See, that makes a difference, right? And then, of course, came with newspaper hat. Pretty cool. Or is it a hat or is it a boat? I don't know. Yeah, freaking love this. See, I changed the hand. That's pretty cool. The claw. Came with two, of course, one for each side. But I thought I'd use just one. Yeah, He is rocking it. So I am stoked about that, and I actually have the perfect place for him to join it too. So, cool. Oh, and finally, you're like, you guys are like, wow, finally, really? Yeah, finally. Billy the Puppet. What? Billy the Puppet? Yeah. So this Saw collection has been happening by accident because I now have a horror cabinet. And of course, when I saw Billy, some things of Billy, I was like, oh, I got to get that. But I've been waiting for Billy on the cycle. There was 6 scale, and I haven't really found them yet, or got them yet, or found out who makes them. So, or I missed the boat on that. I know that they had done Billy himself, but I didn't see with the cycle, and I'm on 1/6 scale figure, not anything bigger than that. So thus, this 1/6 scale figure. However, 12-inch action figure with tricycle, right? Ah, I want to play a game. That's pretty cool, right? Well, the one thing that it doesn't say is that it's a sculpture, not an action figure. So he is posed to sit on the bike, on the tricycle. His head does move. The tires on the tricycle do move as well. Right. There's ways to do this. Ooh, it's your choice. So I thought he was pretty cool. I thought in the display case, he's gonna look pretty awesome, right? Especially with it. Oh, yeah, I couldn't resist that. So let me just put him right there. I know, right? He's pretty cool. Yeah, I love that creativity. Yeah, so my friends, I hope you enjoyed this freaking showcase of cool buddies. Yeah, my new friends. So thank you so much for joining me. Take care of yourselves, and until next time, I'll talk to you then. See ya.